Welcome to the Healing Bitch podcast. I'm Jackie Ortez, a psychic medium that has a penchant for all things spiritual. During this time with me, we will explore the world of energy and how it affects us all. Each podcast will address a question submitted from my listeners that I feel I have the authority to answer. So get comfy, throw on your headphones, and let's see what happens. Hey guys, welcome back to the Healing Bitch podcast. I hope you're out there staying cool, depending on what day you listen to this. Right now, it is 97 degrees in Maine, and I am not thrilled, but we got the ACs running. Only room that doesn't have AC is this one that I'm working out of, my little office studio in my apartment. But I wanted to come on and just do like a quick little podcast this week. Nothing too deep, but I wanted to talk about my offerings because I've never actually discussed them with you. Yes, I've mentioned in passing in interviews and experiences that I am a psychic medium. I have mentioned that I do Reiki, but I've never mentioned like what that actually means because a lot of people still come to me and this, I'm talking about like people I know, and they'll say, Jackie, what is Reiki? Like they don't understand it. They don't even understand what like a psychic medium reading is. I get it that wouldn't be understood because in the market, you usually see like tarot card readings or oracle card readings or tea leaf readings and all the other different kinds. But I do intuitive readings that I don't use any kind of tools. So I wanted to get into it and just, share my world a bit and how I do sessions and, see if you like it. See if you have any questions. So the first thing, I'll go back into the readings. I do something called, or what I call psychic medium readings, which can also be called intuitive readings. So what that means is as a psychic, I can sense your energy, but as a medium, I have a direct connection to spirit, and psychics have a connection to spirit too. Honestly, I really think every psychic is a medium because we're all talking to spirit. So eventually you can learn how to identify it. I'm a psychic. I talk to spirit. I'm a medium, which means sometimes I can talk to specific spirits of your past loved ones or people that you knew. During a reading, and this is how I conduct them. Each psychic or medium conducts sessions in their own way, and the same thing as Reiki masters. Some people use a lot of tools, some don't. So I'll explain that. But for this, basically you come and you sit with me and I'll put some like objects. If we're in person, I'll put some objects on the table so you can concentrate on something if you don't want to look right at me, because I understand I'm not using anything. There's nothing to be focused on. Like when people use tarot cards, they put the cards down and then you're like, ooh, what does that card mean? What does that card mean? Ooh, am I doomed forever? But with me, I'm just like either looking at you or I'm looking to the side. I usually tend to look at my left if I'm getting messages from spirit. But so we sit down and I start to have a little chat with you. I tell you what the energy around you is like and what I see. I tell you if spirit is whispering anything in my ear that needs to be delivered. And then sometimes we do have specific loved ones or people that have passed that come through. And then I deliver those messages. But yeah, I'm either looking at you or I'm looking to the left because that's how I collect the energy from spirit. And it comes in a few different ways, and I'll always try to translate it. It comes with me either hearing, feeling. Sometimes I say phrases of people that have passed that's not in my normal vocabulary. I tend to want to speak in a certain way. Like if they had a cadence of speaking, or if they spoke another language, I'll understand that they spoke another language, but like everything comes through to me in English, if that makes sense. But I can tell that they're speaking another language. So I can tell you that. I'm really good at identifying the relationship to the person that's sitting, so that makes me happy. If you have questions, I can help you answer them or confirm. Or if you just want to get like a general sense of what's happening in your life, I do want to say that a lot of my readings always end the last few minutes where like self-help kind of comes in. Like I give you a little bit of guidance of what you might need going forward and what can help you. And since I do have a connection to other people's bodies, if something hurts in your body, it starts to hurt in mine during a reading or a session. I will also tell you about that and tell you intuitively and the messages that I'm receiving about that. So that's what a psychic medium reading that I do is. I do them in person. Now I'm going to be working out of Flourish in Biddeford, Maine, about like once or twice a month. And then I am also available virtually. So it might not have the healing bitch backgrounds like this does, but if you want to request that, we can totally make it happen. Okay, so the next kind of session I do is Reiki. So when you hear of Reiki, you think of like hands-on healing, or if you don't even know what Reiki is, I'll go through a small explanation. Reiki is a life force energy that comes from the universe, and it does not come from within me. And anyone can do Reiki. Anyone can learn Reiki. True intuitive, super intuitive people that are really like in touch with their body and what things mean to them and their intuition will do like fantastic as a Reiki person, because it'll just develop you a bit more in everything that you're doing. But basically, it's a life force energy, and it comes from the sky. It goes through the top of my head, down, well, in my crown, and then it goes down through my heart, and then it goes out through my hands. So some things you can experience during a session. So I personally do hands-on sessions, which means that you're just going to lay on a table. I'm going to lay my hands on you, feel where the energy is, move it where I need to move it, release it, talk to your body, and get messages that you need. Some people don't do hands-on Reiki, but since I do, one thing you might experience is that my hands get really fucking hot, like really hot. I'm even surprised at it sometimes. I've been asked before, because I do put an eye pillow on people. I've been asked before if I put on like heated mitts or something, and I'm like, no, I put on nothing. This is just the natural energy coming out to you. And as a practitioner, I have different feelings in my hands with different things that are happening in your body. But at the same time, it's also going through my intuition and through my crown, all these messages from spirit. And I might see images, and I might get words, and I might get feelings. And then I might know like physically where you're having pain, and I'll just automatically go there. But at the end of the session, what we do is I take your phone, I say, put it on record, and you can record me talking. And I go over all the messages I got. I go over everything that I experienced and whatever could help you. And then you have that recording to revert back to and to listen to again to review the session. So that's what I do for Reiki. It's, in person, clearly, it's hands-on and all that, but I can do it virtually as well. I've had clients in Canada. I've had clients in California, Australia. So energy knows no bounds, like absolutely no bounds. So you can have a session anywhere you live. I can do a session with you. And then some new things that I'm starting to offer. I really want to start an 8-week class for people to join starting in mid-September is what I'm thinking. And in these 8 weeks, it is a return to yourself. So basically, like, say you've been going through life and you're like, you've been raising kids, you've been working, you've been living for everybody else. And then you wake up one morning and you're like, who the hell am I even? Like, what am I passionate about? What is my passion? Like, where did that go? If you feel like that and you want to lean into your intuition, you want to learn like your path a bit more, you want to learn what you really love, that's what this group is for. It is 8 weeks. We meet once a week as a group to go over everything and talk about a lesson, things that we've been experiencing. I'll be on it clearly with my guidance. There's also a group that you join so you can communicate in between if something happens to one, or if someone has a question for me, like, oh, I experienced this, like, what are your thoughts about that? Totally will answer. You'll have total access to me. Not only with the group do you get the 8 weeks of working with me in a group, you get the access to the Facebook page or whatever group I decide to do. So you have access to me to ask me directly questions, but also I'm going to include for the first 4 people that sign up an hour private session with me, which is valued at like $150 at this point. So that's one offering. And then I'm doing one-on-one counseling for weeks. It's coaching to just, if you don't want to do it in the group and you want to do it individually and have some more attention with me, we can do that too. So that is my sales pitch episode for you. A nice little short one. I just figured it was a good time to introduce myself as a practitioner instead of just like, this intuitive, weird woman that curses that hosts a podcast, the Healing Bitch. But anyhow, thank you so much. If you have any questions for me, you can reach out to the Healing Bee Podcast at Gmail, or you can send me a message on any of my socials, Instagram, the Healing Bitch Podcast, or Healing Guidance Jackie. And I'll see you soon.